All good over here.
Can you guys hear my washing machine in the background or no?
Mm-mm.
No.
No,
Wait.
you're good.
It's gonna give it 3 more minutes, guys.
All right.
Any questions? We're waiting. Yeah.
No?
I had a I had a question like what would you do like when someone doesn't like the price? Like when you tell them or like send them the link. Like any advice on that?
What's your question specifically? When you
Like
send
like
the
when you,
link, they ask for the price?
like when you tell them the price of the program and they're just like, "Oh, you know what I mean?" Like what would you say on that?
When you tell them the price when or where?
Like when you're about to offer the program and they just don't like how much it costs.
On a sales call?
Yeah.
Oh, well, they specifically said to you, I don't like the price.
Wait, what?
They specifically said to you, I don't like the price.
No, no one said this. It's just a question that I'm asking, just like a hypothetical question.
Yeah, I know, but it's I'm just trying to get real specific here because every little detail matters with sales. So is it I don't have the money, or is it that's a lot, or just get a little bit more specific for me.
Oh, okay. Like, yeah, like that's a lot. That's what I meant.
Okay, so that's not an objection actually. That's a complaint, right? So that's like someone going to 7-Eleven and be like, "Damn, that's an expensive Coca-Cola," right?
Hmm.
But they still buy it, right? They're just complaining about the price. So it's a lot different than someone saying, "I don't have the money," or I need to think about it. Those are objections. So a complaint is, the way I would handle that, I would just be like, yeah, yeah, I totally get that. I mean, um, let's get you started. Because it's just a complaint. And be like, yep,
Okay.
yeah, I know I made the prices actually. So let's get you started anyways.
All right. Okay. Simple
And
solution.
it's not always gonna go that easy, and they're not always gonna be like, yeah, okay, let's do it. Right.
Hmm.
Then they might give you an objection after that. But them saying, that's expensive, that's technically a complaint. Like they're complaining about the price.
Gotcha. Okay.
You can say, yeah, man, I mean, price is what you pay, value is what you get. Let's get you started,
Gotcha.
you know? But more times than, they might just be like, yeah, you're right, let's go. And sometimes it might be like, well, I don't have the money. Now you got an objection.
Hmm.
What's up, Chuck? Welcome to first group coaching call, man.
What's going on, Eric?
Nice to meet you, man.
You too.
Yeah, guys. So we'll get started. Today's going to be on sales script. I guess the best way for you guys to learn is we'll do a role play. Is there anybody that wants to participate? Anybody who wants to role play with me?
Yeah, I'll go.
Because I feel like I can definitely work on this.
Who said that? Well, I heard you,
Yeah.
Nicolette, but
I think someone else did too, but
Yeah, no,
yeah.
she can go.
Okay.
Yeah.
I guess we'll go with Nicolette. Now, quick question. Do you want me to be the salesperson? Or do you want to be the saleswoman?
I feel like I want to be the saleswoman. I want to be my role.
Fair enough. All right. Well, all right, cool.
Well, let me pull up the script first.
Yeah. So if you guys don't know where the script is for the new guys in here, I'll just show you guys real quick. And this should only take like 30 minutes, guys. So whatever questions you have after, I'll answer for you guys. So in the mastermind files, right, this is going to cover messaging scripts, content scripts, messaging, sales scripts. So, you know, it's going to look like this on your end, and you're just going to click on sales. And then you're going to go right here, which says PT Legends phone script 2023. That's the newest one. This one's a little bit older. Some people like this one, some people like the other one. I personally think this one's more simple and more up to date for you guys. All right, and I'll do a quick breakdown before she does it. Hold on, it's getting hot in here. So there's the first way it starts off, right? It's rapport building. That shouldn't take too long, like 2 minutes. That's just shooting the shits. Hey, how's your day? Stuff like that. I like to jump right into it because most salespeople want to sit there and ask me how the weather is. Like nobody really cares, right? Then you have the pre-frame. Okay, now this is more of a salesy pre-frame that's here. The way I personally do pre-frames now is I'm just like, hey man, so yeah, you ready to dive into it? And it'll be like, yeah, cool. And I'll be like, awesome. So the first part of this call is pretty basic, just really more for me to get a good understanding of where you're at compared to where you'd like to be, what your fitness goals, just to see what the gap looks like, to see where I could come in and help out. And then towards the end of the call, I'll walk you through exactly, you know, how I can help you out, and if I can, and if it maybe sounds what you're looking for, then we can talk about possible next steps. So that's a less salesy one. That's like, you know, that's going to release that sales pressure from them. This one's going to be like, I want a fucking decision tonight type of pre-frame, on the one that's on the script. You can do either or, depending on how you feel. Then we have the discovery. Okay, so this is the third phase of the sales call. And this is really just going to consist of questions. And really all you should be doing here is listening, doing a lot of listening, right? They're there to fix a problem. And we basically have to be kind of like a therapist. This is not a time for us to coach people. Hold on a sec, Kyle. This is not a time for us to go on long tangents. This is really for a time for us to listen really closely, take notes, and then use these questions to overcome objections so you never get objections at all. Okay. And then as you go through this, the next step is the transition into your pillars, which is, you know, nutrition, exercise, accountability. Okay. Finally, we're just going to do a temperature check before dropping the price. We want to know how they feel about the program. And then we're going to go ahead and price drop. Okay. And then the final phase is the objections, and you guys will get objections. It's inevitable. It's a skill, and you have a lot of objections, ways to overcome objections here. So with that being said, Nicolette, you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
What objection do you want me to give you?
I don't know. Just kind of throw me anything. I feel like the objections is definitely my weakness. So just kind of do whatever you feel. We'll see what happens.
Cool. All right, guys, if you could just mute yourself for this. Oh, someone had a question real quick. What was your question, Kyle?
Oh, I was just wondering if you have the less salesy call pre-frame posted anywhere that I could reference.
No, but I could type it in for you.
Okay, that would be
Or-
awesome.
Hold on a second. I'll just give you my identical one.
I feel like I've been scaring people a little bit at the beginning of the call, dropping that. So
Sure. Yeah, it could definitely raise some sales resistance. Boom. And you can just copy and paste this. Yeah, so it says, yeah, so the first part of this call is pretty basic, really more just for us to find out more about what you're doing right now with your fitness goals. So instead of for a living, just say with your fitness goals and kind of what looks like, and where you want to go compared to where you want to be, just to see kind of what that gap looks like, to see if we can help. And then towards the end of the call, and if you feel like it might be what you're looking for, then we could talk about possible next steps. Is that cool? Uh, ready, Nicolette?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Cool, let's go.
Okay. Hi, Eric. How are you today?
I'm great. How are you?
Good, thank you for asking. How's the weather in Miami? I heard it's nice out. The weather's been nice, hasn't been getting too dark.
Yeah, it's beautiful for sure.
Oh, great. Glad to hear that you're enjoying the warm weather.
Yeah.
So, for today's call, I just want to let you know that my ultimate goal of the call is to give you some clarity on your strengths, your weaknesses, what you want to work on within your fitness journey. My main focus is not signing you up for a program, but it is to help you realize what's going on and what you need to change.
Mhm.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you some clarity and break down, okay, here's what you've done, here's what you need to work on, and what you have to do to figure it all out, and I'll help you to that conclusion. So with this, at least you won't be in that constant cycle forever. You will find what is keeping you within that cycle. And again, just to reiterate, my goal here is not to sign you up. It's to establish what you need to do so you're not stuck, so you can find that, and then you can achieve your goal. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Perfect. And again, by the end of this call, if you feel like this is a good fit, there are a few options for you. So first, you could tell me that you want to start immediately, and I can make a plan for you and get this going. If you say no, don't worry, I have no hurt feelings here. If it's not a good fit, totally fine, just let me know. And as well, if you need some time to think about it, that is totally okay. You do what you have to do and do what is going to be best for you achieving your goal. Do you have any questions so far?
No, but let me pause this. Why'd you say that thing about it, thinking about it?
Because I think that's what the script says.
It says some people will say they need to think about it, check on some things, get back to me. And Nicolette, what I found is that I've taken enough of these calls and worked with enough people to know that those who don't take action immediately will just continue to stay stuck. So listen,
So just don't even say that.
I'm not saying it. I'm saying not to say what you said, because then you're giving them ammunition to say I need to think about it. Because then they're going to be like, you said I could think about it, right? So instead, you want to be like, hey, listen, I just like at the end of this call, if you feel like it's a great fit, you know that this is going to work for you, just give me a hell yes. If you don't feel good about it, just give me a no. And either way, I'm totally cool with that. Is that cool?
Okay, so just take that middleman out.
No, that's exactly no. That's what I just said.
Yeah.
I think
Okay.
just make sure to include the second part of it that like most people don't take action. That's important, right?
Yeah, it doesn't say what you said is what I'm saying.
Yeah, I like briefly skimmed it and then I just kind of like blabbed.
Yeah, that's okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you are going to use this pre-frame, definitely say, I want a yes or a no. Either way, I'm cool with that. Yes, like, hell yeah, let's get this thing rolling. No, like, you don't really feel like it's a good fit. Either way, I'm cool with that. Okay.
Okay.
Go ahead. Keep
Okay.
going.
So before we dive into this, are you 100% clear on your position that you have your own decision to make a yes or no?
Yeah.
And the choice is totally up to you. Perfect. All right, so I'm just going to ask you a few questions to uncover what is blocking you from achieving your fitness goals. How's that sound?
Good.
All right, so let's start off with what's your number one fitness goal right now that you would like to achieve?
I want to lose 20 pounds of body fat.
And why is this so important to you?
Well, I don't know. I want to look good. I want to feel good.
And why do you want to look good? Why do you want to feel good? What's going on?
Because I do. I don't know. I want to get in good shape, maybe for the summer,
Okay, and do you know what your biggest struggle is that's holding you back from achieving that?
Probably nutrition.
And how long have you been struggling with your nutrition?
My whole life.
Okay, and are you currently working towards bettering your nutrition in any way, eating healthier foods?
Excuse me?
Are you currently working to eat healthier and kind of fix your nutrition so you can achieve that goal?
Kinda, yeah. I've been eating a little bit healthier, less eating out and stuff like that.
Okay, and have you tried any specific diets in the past or anything to just live a healthier lifestyle, eat cleaner, anything of that sort?
Have I tried anything you said?
Yes.
Um, yeah, I've tried like keto and stuff like that.
And have you liked that? Have you found results from that?
No. Well, I did. I lost 20 pounds and I gained it back.
Okay. And have you ever worked with a coach or a trainer before?
No.
And what would you want most, or I'm sorry, let me rephrase that. What help would you want or need most so you can achieve your goal?
Say that again.
What kind of help would help you achieve your goal? Like what is a weakness that you feel as if you need help with?
I don't know. That's why I'm on the phone. Probably nutrition.
Okay. In real life, I don't think I'd say that question. Okay, so sounds good. And let's just dive a little bit deeper into what's going on with your nutrition. So can you bring me through a breakthrough of what you ate yesterday for breakfast, lunch, and dinner?
Yeah, I had a croissant for breakfast with a nice Dunkin' Donuts coffee. For lunch, I had Chipotle, and then for dinner, me and my wife, we made a nice steak dinner with potatoes.
Okay. And do you drink any alcohol or smoke?
Yeah,
To both?
yeah,
Okay. And how many times do you eat out per week?
every day
Every day. How many meals a day?
between 1 and 2.
Okay.
I'm gonna pause this. Is that okay?
Yeah.
All right. So if you guys didn't notice, I stopped sharing screens. So needs some work, okay? It's a little too quick and robotic using it for
Okay.
verbatim. Okay. So I'm gonna redo it. Okay.
Okay.
And guys, notice how naturally flowing I am here. You don't want to use this script per verbatim. All right, cool. You ready to get into it, Nicolette?
Yeah.
Awesome. Cool, cool. So yeah, I mean, I know we were talking a little bit through the DMs and stuff like that. And I think you want to lose about 20 pounds, but would you mind just, I guess the best place to start is what do you like, what's your number one goal? Like, why are we here today?
I want a 6-pack.
Awesome. Love it. Cool. Why and why is it? I mean, it seemed like you had that in mind already. Like you were just super quick, like, I want a 6-pack. Why do you want a 6-pack?
Because I've always wanted a 6-pack, and everyone who has a 6-pack looks sick and ripped, and I want to look like that.
Okay, got it. But why is that though? I mean, put it this way, but can I just tell you a little bit of story?
Yeah.
I was a fat kid in high school. I always wanted a 6-pack. And for me, honestly, this might sound pretty pathetic, but I wanted a girlfriend. And I was tired of people calling me Eric Cartman. So, I mean, what's like stimulating that? Why is that important to you?
Oh, that's funny. I was a fat kid in high school too. And now that I lost 50 pounds, I want to just get to that final point and get that 6-pack.
Okay, just chisel it down. Now, other
Yeah.
than the 6-pack, is there any other goals like bigger arms or just you just want to get super lean or what else?
Super lean, and I guess I wouldn't mind, building some glutes or muscles in my butt, making my ass a little fatter. But other than that, just kind of just a simple leaning down.
Okay, gotcha. That makes sense. Cool. And what do you think? I mean, it sounds like you've lost about 50 pounds so far. Is that correct?
Yes.
So what do you think has been like the biggest challenge going from, and congrats on losing that 50 pounds, but what do you think is the biggest challenge going from losing that 50 pounds to chiseled six pack?
I feel like just nutrition because I plateaued for a while and then I kind of just stayed where I was and I just kind of need a push to get to the rest of my goal and achieve that.
Okay. Do you feel like you need a push, or do you feel like you need more guidance and support with the nutrition side of things?
I feel like both would definitely help.
Okay.
The push
Have
or
you-
motivator and just some more guidance.
Why do you say that?
Because if I have someone to just keep me on track, it would just make it a lot easier. So I have someone to keep me accountable.
Okay. Have you been kind of falling off a little bit?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Gotcha. I appreciate that honesty. Yeah, it can definitely be a little bit disconcerting when you know you lose 50 pounds and you kind of hit a plateau. The same thing happened to me, so I totally get how you feel. But overall, what you would say is like the nutrition is probably the biggest mechanism stopping you, right?
Yes.
Okay. So talk to me. I mean, what are some things that you've been trying to do to get the six pack since you lost the 50 pounds?
I've been counting my macros, trying different calories per day just because I work out a ton. Just like stuff like that.
Okay. And how long have you been plateaued for?
I'd say like a year.
A year. Gotcha. That's pretty frustrating. No progress whatsoever, just really staying consistent and maintaining ultimately.
I feel like consistency has been my weakness just because I live a crazy lifestyle as a trainer. But yeah, I feel like consistency is just it.
So even being inconsistent, you've been able to maintain that 50 pounds off, is what you're saying?
Yeah, I
Okay.
just haven't been able to lose too much more body fat.
Right. To push to that next level. Okay. I'm curious, have you ever worked with a trainer, an online coach, anything like that?
Yeah, I had a personal trainer for a while.
How'd you like that experience?
I really liked it. I just feel as if he didn't push me enough to achieve my goals or wasn't on top of me, didn't keep me too accountable.
Gotcha. So this is where we're going to attack personal trainers, guys. That makes a lot of sense. Yeah, the problem with in-person trainers is that most of them don't really hold you accountable. They just work your ass out in the gym, which is why I went online, because we're actually able to get our clients way better results because, you know, we're with you like 24/7 to push you, hold you accountable, give you behavior traits, sleeping habits, so on and so forth. And I'll get into that in a little bit. Okay, so it wasn't the greatest experience, right? So when you think about working with an online coach, right? What I do, what do you think is going to ultimately help you the most overall? I know you mentioned nutrition, accountability, but what's really going to get you to that next level?
I feel like just seriously just being held accountable and just making sure I'm eating correctly, checking up on my meals, and making me progress throughout the gym. I mean, the workouts really aren't my issue,
Mhm.
but I feel like my meals are, so just like checking in, asking me for what I ate that day, stuff like that.
Gotcha. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I appreciate that. So, I mean, we both know that nutrition is extremely important here, right? You know, abs are made in the kitchen. Just ask my man Justin over here. So, with that being said, man, and I just feel like you're a man here because you said six pack. So, with that being said, Nicolette, would you mind just? I think the best place, like, what's a typical day of eating look like for you? Or let's just make it easy. What'd you eat for breakfast, lunch, dinner yesterday? How'd that look?
All right, so for breakfast, I had egg whites with a serving of mozzarella with some bread and avocado on it.
Mm.
For lunch, I had 5 ounces of honey maple turkey on a carb light wrap with avocado on it. And for dinner, I had flank steak with a side of cauliflower mashed potatoes.
Okay. Gotcha. And about how many calories is that per day? You said you were calculating that.
Yeah, I'd say that's like 1,700. And I guess my concern is just because I'm a spin instructor and I'm so active that I'm not eating enough.
Possibly. Okay, so it sounds like you're doing tons of cardio. Is that correct?
Yeah,
How many times per week are you doing strength training?
4.
4. Okay. Gotcha. How much okay, so you're a spin instructor right now. Okay. So I'm curious. I mean, with you being a spin instructor, with you eating healthy, I mean, why do you think that you haven't been able to accomplish these goals on your own?
I think because sometimes I'll go off track or just like social influences when I'm out to dinner, I like don't order a salad and then you just kind of hit that bender on the weekends. And I feel like that's definitely keeping me.
There we are. Then that makes a lot of sense. You see what I'm doing, guys, here? I'm digging with questions to get her to uncover the true problem, like a doctor. I'm genuinely interested in what the fuck is wrong with this person, because why don't they have a six pack the way she's eating and exercising? Okay. Gotcha. That makes sense. So let's talk about that. How many times are you eating out? How many times are you drinking alcohol? Like, and it's really important that you're really honest here, because I want to know exactly what's stopping us so I can provide you with the solution. Okay. So what's that look like? Talk to me.
I like to go on date nights, so I eat out like twice a week.
Mhm.
And when we go on those date nights, I definitely like to have a bottle of wine or a few drinks.
Once a week. Okay.
Once or twice a week.
Okay. How much are you drinking and what are you drinking?
A few espresso martinis or like a bottle of wine, margaritas, depends on the night.
Okay. And how much would you say you just like spend on that type of dinner?
Probably like $100. Well, I don't pay.
Okay. Gotcha. And what about like during the week? Is there any Uber Eats stops? Is there any?
No, I like to cook at home during the week.
Gotcha. Okay. So twice per week you're eating out. Okay. Makes sense. Hmm. And we're really being honest here, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha. Cool. All right. Yeah, so I mean, I know it can be really frustrating hitting a plateau. It seems like overall like you're doing a lot right now, a lot of cardio and stuff. So I know you want to get that six pack and you haven't been able to do it. So I mean, how does that make you feel right now?
It's a little discouraging, but I know I'll get there eventually.
Okay. Do you think that you'll get there eventually doing what you're currently doing right now?
No, something clearly has to change.
Okay. Has that been kind of stressing you out?
Not stressing me out per se.
Okay. And I know you mentioned you've been on some dates. Is that like with random guys, or is that like, do you have a boyfriend? Is it affecting your relationship at all?
No, it's with my boyfriend. It's not really affecting our relationship.
Okay. Um, so overall, this is just like a you thing. You just want to feel better, look better, be more confident overall.
Yeah, correct.
Okay. So I mean, how is it affecting you? Like in which area of your life do you feel like it's causing you to discomfort, I guess you can say?
I feel like just in my confidence because as a personal trainer, I feel as if I should be ripped or like with a six pack
Mhm.
per se. Um, just because all the other personal trainers at my gym have six packs and being skinny just isn't really what I want to be anymore. I just want to be ripped. So that
Gotcha. So you want to really look like an expert to your clients.
exactly.
Let me ask you a question. Personal trainer to personal trainer, do you think you'd make more money with a six pack?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so we got a couple problems to solve here. Number one is making some more money. Number two is getting you a six pack and feeling more confident. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Cool. And I mean, with that being said, I mean, if things continue to go on like this, I mean, how long are you willing to allow this to continue on for, to hitting that plateau, eating out frequently, and is this something you want to stop today or tomorrow?
Yeah, I'm ready to stop this.
Cool. And if you do choose to continue to do what you're doing and nothing changes, let's say 2 years from now, you're still the same or possibly even gain the weight back. I mean, would you be okay with that?
No, because I feel like I wouldn't be setting a good example for my own clients.
Hmm. How would that make you feel?
Not too good.
Okay. Cool. Well, I mean, it sounds like a problem worth fixing. Would you agree?
Oh, 100%.
Now, on a scale of 1 to 10, okay, say one is this is not that important, and number 10, this is super important for you to fix this problem. I mean, where do you land?
I feel like an 8 because right now I know if I just kind of made some time for myself and like made sure that I can hit these workouts on my own, I could definitely achieve my goals
Hmm,
without any help. But yeah, it's like an 8.
gotcha. Let me ask you a question. I mean, what would make it a 10?
I mean, I can make it a 10. I feel like if I just gained some more weight, it would definitely be a 10. But as of right now, I'm not like it's not my number one priority.
Hmm, gotcha. Well, what is going to make it a number one priority?
I feel like if it was to get worse, just because I have so many things going on that I'm very busy, and obviously I still have to prioritize myself, but it's not exactly at the top of the to-do list yet.
Gotcha. So I'm a little confused because a little bit earlier you said it was, big problem to solve, your personal trainer, you want to be perceived as this expert, right? And you've been trying to do things on your own for quite a while. And you also mentioned that if in 2 to 5 years from now things were the same, you'd be really concerned about that. So with that being said, I mean, why is this not a 10 out of 10 for you? I mean, do you think that might be why we're on the phone is because you haven't made it a priority?
Yeah, I guess I really haven't made it a priority to work on myself.
So let me ask you another question. If I can help motivate you to make it a priority and get you that six pack down, would that be worth making it a 10 today?
Yeah, it would.
Awesome. Love that. As you can see, I'm already coaching you to be better and motivate yourself. So let's say, because I only want to work with 10s, let's say 12 weeks down the line, we've got you with this means, chiseled six pack, you're making more money, you're happier, you're more confident. How do you think life would be different for you? How do you think you would feel?
I'd be really happy, and I would definitely be happy that I chose to work with you.
Cool. Would you possibly celebrate those goals, go on a vacation with the boyfriend, anything fun like that?
Yeah, of course. I love to travel. I'd totally go away.
Sick. Awesome. Yeah, so I mean, overall, Nicolette, it sounds like right now the problem is like you're doing excessive cardio and probably under eating from where you're at right now. And no matter what you've tried, it just seems like you're just kind of going through this vicious cycle. And that can be really distraughting and disturbing. So I think, the biggest problem is mainly nutrition, leveling up your strength training, leveling down the cardio probably. If not, like we have to make sure we dial in on those macros to provide you with enough proteins and all the other sources of nutrition that you need to supply your body to fuel you through those workouts and without burning through your muscle. Because what's happening is probably you're lowering your metabolism a bit. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that definitely makes sense.
And when you said earlier that it's at first it wasn't a priority, now it is, but I think the reason why it isn't a priority is because you've been plateauing, so you kind of just lost your glow with it. So I think if we started seeing some results, that will allow for you to stay on track for the long haul. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I definitely agree.
Cool. So the good news is I can definitely help you out. With that being said, if I can provide you with the highest amount of support and accountability and a nutrition plan that's going to allow for you to burn fat like clockwork, like you're literally going to be getting leaner night by night, and also really level up your strength training routine because your body's probably plateauing there. Is that something that you move forward on today if we can help you get shredded?
Yeah, of course.
Awesome. Cool. So is it okay if I just walk you through how that works?
Yeah, walk me through it.
Awesome. So guys, as you notice, like I'm really like natural about it. I'm not like, what's your goal? What's the biggest struggle? And that's kind of what you were doing, Nicolette.
Yeah, I definitely can see the difference.
Right. So you really just like, you also want to dig deeper when you have to. If they're giving you surface level questions, you got to dig beneath that surface more. Okay. So I'll walk through the pitch for you guys. Peace, Justin. So yeah, the first thing that we're going to work on, Nicolette, is what I call custom flexible dieting. Okay. So the problem with what you're doing right now is, like I mentioned, you're under eating and you're probably not supplying your body with enough fuel. Number two is that you are, you're binge eating on the weekends. And that's causing you to your weight to just fluctuate. You're probably losing a couple pounds throughout the week and then gaining it right back on the weekends. So instead, what we're going to do is I'm going to fix you up a nutrition plan that gets you fueled through your workouts and you burning more fat. This is going to dictate 90% of your results in when it comes to getting a six-pack is that nutrition. Like, abs are made in the kitchen, as they say. Okay. And it's also going to help you feel more confident. It's going to give you more energy, and you're going to stop rebounding to lose your consistency and motivation, because you're constantly going to evolve and see results. So the nutrition plan that I'm going to give you is going to be the same nutrition plan that I went on to help myself get six-pack, and also the several clients that you've seen are testimonials. And that's going to allow for you to feel completely shredded, get that six-pack, and feel better than ever, so that you can become a better personal trainer and make more money. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it definitely makes sense.
Cool. And we'll customize that every single week based on how your body is performing, your energy levels. And it's all customized for you to make sure that everything is working. And every week you're gradually getting closer to chipping away at that body fat.
Perfect. Love to hear it.
Awesome. Now, based on what you mentioned earlier about you struggling with nutrition, do you feel like that's what you need to succeed?
Yeah, that sounds like something I need for sure.
Beautiful. So as you guys see, I'm selling the transformation, not the product. So I'm saying, hey, you're going to get that six-pack. No, I didn't say anything about like eat this much and how no one gives a shit. Sell the transformation, not the product. Second thing, number two, and the way I started is labeling their problems. So second problem, Nicolette, is way too much cardio, not enough weights. If you want to burn body fat while you sleep, you need to be doing more strength training and cut down that cardio. And I know that you're an aerobics or bicycle trainer or whatever, but if we have to keep doing that, then we need to eat more in that sense. Okay. But really, ideally, we need you doing at least, I would probably step it up to more strength training 5 times a week and cut down on the cardio. Okay. Now, what we're going to do is I'm going to, not like a personal trainer that just kicks your ass in the gym. You're going to know exactly what to do outside of the gym as well with your habits, sleep, which is really important for getting a six-pack too. Getting that dialed in. And all this is going to be delivered through my awesome application. So you're going to know every day what you need to do inside the gym and also outside of the gym. The reason why you didn't see results with that shitty personal trainer is because he's just telling you inside what to do. So that's 10% of results. The workouts is 10% of results. If you really want a six-pack, we got to shoot for the 90%. Now, let me ask you a question. Do you want 10% of results or do you want 100%?
100%.
Great. So through my application, I'm going to get you 100% way to that chiseled six-pack, feeling more confident than ever, and you're going to make more money because of it.
Perfect.
Make sense?
Yes, it does.
What are your questions about that?
None really. Hold on, my
Beautiful.
computer's about to die.
Beautiful. Third thing, Nicolette, is what I call tailored accountability. So like you mentioned earlier, do you remember when you said you need someone holding you accountable to stick to this thing?
Yes, I do.
That's what you call labeling, guys. So I used her own words to sell herself. Cool. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. You're going to be checking in with me every single week, sending me check-in pictures, your progress photos, and you're not going to want to see yourself getting sloppier, right?
No, I don't.
And if I see you're getting sloppier, I'm going to put my foot in your ass.
Okay.
Okay.
That is perfect.
Great. And do you remember when you said you want someone texting you, hey, are you eating your meals?
You'll do that as well?
Absolutely. I'm going to text you as much as I can to make sure that you're following that nutrition plan and not eating like a slob on the weekends.
Perfect. That's
That
exactly what I need.
Beautiful. And that consistency, what's going to allow for you to actually, when you commit to the activities, that's when you're going to get the chiseled six-pack and feel more confident and feel leaner. Okay. So if we're falling back off track at all, You know, personal trainer is not going to give you that accountability, which is why they suck. With me, I'm going to make sure you stay on track inside and outside the gym with your habits, lifestyle, nutrition, and exercise. So you can get more chiseled than ever and still eat out on the weekends while being shredded. Make sense?
Yeah, that totally makes sense.
Great. Awesome. And that pretty much completes everything. So I'm just curious, what's really important to me is alignment here. I want to make sure you feel good about things. Okay. Because you're going to be working with me one-on-one. And I don't want to work with someone who hates me. Okay. So being that I'm going to be like your friend here on your journey, I'm just curious, scale of 1 to 10, 1 being this program sucks, 10 being this is exactly what you need to succeed. Like you're going to get that 6-pack no matter what. What number would you say you're at?
I'd say I'm at a 10.
Awesome. Beautiful. Cool. Well, where would you like to go from here?
What's the damage? How much is it?
Yeah, let's get into that. So cool. Well, you're a personal trainer, so you already got an idea of how things work, right? So yeah, as soon as you do join our program, first thing we're immediately going to do is give you some homework, see where we can get our quickest wins, how we can get your habits together, your sleep, so on and so forth. That's going to be a win already. Most of our clients start chipping away the first week inside the program. Okay. From there, we're ready to rock and roll. And as you know, typically to work with a personal trainer, it's going to run you $600-700 per month, which can range around $3,000 to $4,000 for a 3-month program. With me to help you get that 6-pack guarantee by the next 3 months, hold you accountable and make sure that you feel better than ever, it's actually only going to be one upfront investment of $1,000.
Okay, and can you split that payment in 2? Because
Well, let me ask you.
Oh.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I was just saying, the life of a personal trainer that you work
Mhm.
long hours and get underpaid and all that stuff. So I was wondering what you could do about that, or if you drop the price a little bit.
Gotcha. I hear you. Most of our clients pay in full. Do you not have the whole thing?
I do. I just don't know if I want to just, throw it all out there.
Gotcha. Yeah, I totally get how you feel. In fact, many of our clients felt the same way. And Nicolette, what I found is that that's exactly, why many of them stay stuck is because they don't want to go all in. It's like I mentioned earlier with that 10 out of 10. So by you investing that type of capital, right, that puts you all in the game. And that's why my clients are able to succeed and get those 6-packs. So let me ask you a question. If this $1,000, right, is small investment of $1,000, which in the past you probably paid $3,000 for a personal trainer, if that $1,000 got you that 6-pack and you never needed to work with a trainer again, would it be worth investing in?
Oh, yeah.
Awesome. Let's do this. You want to use credit or debit?
Use a credit.
Cool. Boom. Done deal.
Yeah, yours was a lot better.
Well, I've been on 2 million sales calls, so
Yeah, but I definitely also see my weaknesses, and I shouldn't just read from the script. Like, I know what question should be asked. I should just kind of loosen it up.
for sure. So I use it as a structure, right, to make sure I'm covering all, angles that I want to ask. But I read it, I just the way that I'm going to say it is going to be me. You know what I mean? And if I put all the uhs and ums and like all the ways I said it in there, the script would be fucking long as a book, right? So it's just a structure, a framework to follow to cover all, to overcome objections. I'm asking specific questions like about your boyfriend before, right? And I don't really give a shit about your boyfriend, in all honesty. I don't mean literally, I'm talking about with this, right?
Yes.
So I don't really give a shit about your boyfriend on this call. What I give a shit about is you not giving me that objection, right? And then the reason why I asked, why haven't you accomplished this on your own is to do it on your own objection. You're a personal trainer. I smell it coming, which is why I kept digging into the questions. So that's to overcome objections before they ever arise.
Definitely makes sense.
Yeah. Questions, guys, concerns about this or feedback or anything?
Yeah, I'll
That
take
was-
feedback if you guys have.
That was great. I don't really have feedback, but that was perfect.
Cool. Happy it helped. Any questions regarding anything in the program about your business? Doesn't have to be about sales, just anything, guys.
What's the app they use for the captions?
Yeah, it's called Captions.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. All right,
Yeah,
cool.
it's a good one. Super cheap, super easy to use. You use it right from your phone.
Okay.
It's got a lot of AI tools built into it.
CapCut also has the captions availability, and I think it's free.
You said app cut?
CapCut.
With
Oh,
the C.
okay. All right, cool.
Is it as good as Captions though?
It's not as good in the captions aspect, but you can definitely do a lot more video editing through CapCut, like adding in stock footage and different pictures and stuff. It's kind of limited on the captions app, I feel like.
Hmm. That's what you've been using lately?
Yeah, I kind of switched over to CapCut because I couldn't add any stock footage or like really add too much video editing to it besides the captions on the captions app.
Yeah, you might want to stick to CapCut then. And it's got a lot of cool virality stuff, like short 9-second stuff, like with motivational stuff that you guys can use for virality. I like CapCut a lot. I never use their captions, but they're good for viral stuff, like really short motivational clips, and it makes it easy to edit.
It's also kind of tricky to find the captions when you upload your video. Just go to the text option where you can add an on-screen text, and then somewhere on that bar there'll be an option that says captions.
Good stuff. Any other questions, guys?
I have one
Sure.
about like kind of finding people out like outbound and just kind of going through Instagram, like you said, and, like for me, you said the nurses page.
Right.
I guess my question is, because I've tried it all. I went through their likes, I went through the comments, I went through the followers. Which aspect do you think is the best place to look? Do you think I should be going on these people's posts and following all the people who comment on it, go through the likes or go through the followers? Like which aspect do you think is most beneficial?
Yeah, first you want to start with your engagement because that's warm leads, right? And you could do your story views too.
Yeah, but I definitely do that. Like that's not my problem. I feel like my outbound's the problem.
That is
Because-
outbound. But I know what you're saying. I know what your question is. But what I want to clarify is first, start with your warm stuff. And then when you run out, then you can go into colder audiences, right? So that's why content is so important, because the better you get with content, the more engagement you're going to have, the more warm people you have the message. And warmer people are going to be easier to get on the phone and also close, right? So just to clarify that, that's why you want to add 30 friends on Facebook per day and do your 15-minute Instagram growth strategy. So what I like to answer your question, what I like to do the most is, for example, I would go to a client or a current client or a family member. So let's just use you, for example, right? Right. I would go, especially with fitness, this works great, is I would start going into your followers and start hitting some of them up. Right. Because typically it's going to be more real people and more like normal average Joe type people. Right. So I'd go into like hers and start seeing who I can pull out of there to start attracting to my page versus like hashtags, locations. Locations are good too. Like if you go to like your like LA fitness, where do you live? Like what's the nearest LA fitness to you?
I don't know. I don't go there. Should just say Farmingdale, New York, I
Okay.
guess.
Right. So you see how it's got locations? The Farmingdale one's not popping up, but
That's okay.
this is the page. So I would go like, it's probably going to mainly be employees, but I'd rather do locations. Like I'll just show you Miami location. The thing is with Miami locations, like everybody's fit. So
Yeah, it's hard.
I'll do Parsippany, New Jersey, where I used to work. All right, we can even use this, like Orange Theory, right? And then I'll go into their pictures, but the recents, not the main ones, and start doing the 15-minute Instagram growth strategy there. But really my favorite is just like normal, ordinary people. It works better on your phone too. So you see how this one has like more like him, ordinary. They're not like, you know, ordinary people. Does that make sense? It's
Yeah.
better on your phone though, because you can like see how it says top post and then there's most recent. I'll
Yeah.
usually go to like most recent because that's going to be more fatter people usually. Right. So like this guy, right, whoever that guy is, start taking his people. The other thing is, yeah, like things that your ideal client purchases or pages or influencers that they follow or your competitors. Right. So really good way to do that is like Google. And then I'll type in woman's fat loss expert online fitness coach Instagram. And it'll give you 1,200 pages that do it. Right. So we'll go to Regan Patterson right here. And she's got 48,000 followers. And I'll start attacking her followers. Right. And then like you see like this page, you could even go into like pages like this, Freshie Orlando, and see who's, because if they're following this page, that means they're probably trying to lose some weight or something. Start attacking these people. Or like, what's that shit called? Fresh Meals, or is it Meals on Wheels, or
Eat Fresh or something.
Eat Fresh, right? Fresh meal plan, right? 80,000 followers. There's got to be some people in there. And I'll start attacking them. So that's why it's important to know your avatar, because you want to know where on the internet they're hanging out so that you can start attacking them. And you'll find that rabbit hole where you get really lucky at. And one of the best ways is like all the girls in your cycle class, follow their ass and then follow their followers, their moms, their dads, their uncles, their cousins, right? All those women inside of there. And they'll start coming to your page.
Okay.
Because content takes time, right? It takes time. It's going to take like 6 months, possibly a year to really get enough traffic on your page to get enough warm traffic and not have to do cold shit anymore, especially for you guys starting completely from ground zero. And that's just me being real, transparent, but it compounds over time. And one of the biggest shames is when I see when you guys quit, because 2 months in, you guys don't get the traction you want. And you could be 2 months away from sitting on a fucking gold mine. Like literally sitting on a fucking gold mine that could change your lives because you didn't want to be consistent and commit to like the activities, and you turn into a little crybabies. Oh, this isn't working fast enough. But then you tell your clients the same thing. Like, you know what I mean? Then you guys tell your clients the same thing when they tell you they didn't lose 100 pounds in 2 months. You're like, dude, are you fucking kidding me? You can't lose 100 pounds in 2 months. Right? So a lot of you guys are starting completely from scratch with super small followings. You have to understand it takes time to get those warm leads. The cold stuff works, but you got to understand it's more of a grind. So the better you get with your content, go ahead, Elijah.
I was gonna say I actually got like a warm lead from my mom, like reposting one of my posts on Facebook like 20 minutes ago. Like she booked the call.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that. That's another thing. What he just said, right, is getting your current existing clients, family members to shout you out, put you on their story, like really like promote yourself. Get your especially you, Kyle, your girl got like 80,000 followers, like get her to shout you out, put you guys on your story. Even people with small followings, if it attracts one person, that's $1,000 or $2,000, right? You know, so get your network to build your net worth.
Hell yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I got a question about content. So this is gonna kind of sound like a boomer question, but like, do hashtags actually like make a difference for like people finding you? Or
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good question. Yeah, it definitely helps, and I can give you some that I've used that you can just steal. I'll drop it into WhatsApp. You
Okay,
guys can
rad.
all steal these. And I like to just save them in my notes. Like, as you can see, I put them in my notes here.
Okay.
Let me just find them. Yeah, right here. And you want to put it in your comments, right? So you don't want to put, like, you see how they put the hashtags right there? You can do that, but I like to put it in the comments personally.
So like you post it and then you make a comment for yourself.
Yeah, you comment on your own shit.
Okay.
But test out both and see what performs best, because like the social media's algorithm is always changing all the time. So maybe one day do it like this, and then the next day just comment on your own thing, and then look at the analytics, right? So go ahead and you know, I don't think you could do it on a computer, but you can see the insights on the picture that you did
Mhm.
and see if which one like kind of popped more, and then make your ongoing decision from there.
Awesome. Yeah, appreciate
Either
it.
way, it works though.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the only
Okay.
people who've been like interacting with my stuff for so far has just been people that know me. So
Yeah. It's not gonna
or
be
like or they're some guy in like Dubai. So it's like, okay, so help me.
right. Yeah, I mean, it's not gonna be like a life-changing thing, hashtags, but it helps a little,
Okay.
right?
Dude, that picture of you on that third post is wild.
What, this one?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's real.
Yeah, I can tell.
Yeah, that's real. Because why? I chose to commit to the activities. I didn't give up.
Mm-hmm.
I started with a small following, just like you guys, like 0 followers, and just kept posting every fucking day. Every day. And that's why I post so much right now, because I know the income it can make me.
Mm-hmm. I mean, yeah, look at the 240K accounts reached. Like, that's great.
A lot of it's from paid ads, but yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, still, like, even the
Like
consistency.
paying off though. If you do paid ads, you end up making more from it though. Like if you sell, right? From that ad.
What you said, when you do paid ads, you
For
make
you
more money.
specifically, I'm saying it's worth it because like if you're making from the ads, then it pays it for it easily. But
I'm
never mind.
confused.
It's not important at all.
Well, put it
Keep
this way,
saying
like,
you.
the organic helps optimize your ads, because when you do paid ads and you have really good organic content, they consume that. So it primes them up before the call.
Mhm.
So if someone comes in a paid ad, they might want to investigate you. And the first thing they do is look at your client wins, your testimonials. And if you ain't got shit on there, it's gonna make it harder to close the person. Coming from a paid ad is like someone that's like completely a stranger, never talked to you, is coming across a million different competitors and on advertising, so on and so forth.
Yeah.
So they're like 70% harder to close too. Like, I know some coaching companies that only close 10% of their calls from paid ads.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's why you guys don't want to get distracted by those advertisements that make paid ads seem so easy, because they'll take your money with, they don't care, they'll just take your money and claim that it's a magic pill. And to a certain extent, it can be a magic pill once you're ready. If you're good at sales. So you get good at with the free content, so you could optimize the paid ads. So you can, paid ads are used to make what you're doing better, make what you're good at better. But you guys got to get good first before you get better.
I got another quick question. How important is it to get like on the priority list? Should I get like a logo and like pay somebody to make like all kind of branding bullshit, or just hold off?
Branding is the number one most important thing, but your personal brand, not your logo.
Mm,
So
Okay.
that's on the least of your priority list,
okay.
right?
Tracking.
So people get confused by branding. They think the first thing they think when they think of branding is a logo and a website.
Right.
You are the brand, my brother.
Cool. Okay.
Also, you could probably just use Canva if you wanted to make something simple, right?
Yeah,
It's not, you know, it doesn't have to be anything crazy.
I created mine on Canva. I didn't even
Wait, what's it
I-
called?
Canva.com.
All right, cool.
So if you go to canva.com, you guys can you can find anything on here. And you type in logo, right? Whoops. Sorry. Go to templates right here and then logo. And it'll give you, you know, a shitload of, you know, and you just change the name to yours. In the past 2 years, I've changed my logo probably like 4 times. I've bought some, and then the last one I made myself. The current one I made myself, actually, using one of these.
And they look super professional too, so you're chilling.
When you pay someone, all they do, when you'll pay someone like 20 bucks on Fiverr, all they're gonna do is go here and create it. Yeah. Like, I mean, there's some good templates on here. Like, I like this one. This one's pretty cool. You can
Is
change
this
the
all free?
colors.
Is this all free?
To a certain extent, I'm not sure. If anything, it's like 10, 15 bucks, which you should have Canva. Anyways, Canva is definitely free to a certain extent. Like, you know how they do, they give you certain shit for free, like to you know, a certain extent. And all you gotta do is, you know, my company name was EA Fitness, so I'll just put EA Fitness here. And I'm about to make a professional logo in 5 minutes. Delete this, or actually, we'll put transformation coach, right? And then boom, I don't like the colors, just go right here. And we'll change the colors to like whatever you want, black. And it's pretty much good to go. I think the way you change this other color is, let me see. You got to play with it, but okay. Yeah, you got to play with it a little bit, but it's fairly easy. But that's pretty much good to go right there.
I have access to like the pro version of Canva in the gym that I work at. So if anybody wants anything, just hit me up in the WhatsApp and I'll just make something for you.
That's it.
Yeah, steal that. There you go.
Sounds good.
Yeah, you guys can just, yeah, you can get a lot of template. You can get your Facebook covers on here, right? Facebook cover. Boom. You got a bunch of different covers you can make here.
Horizontal for the top, right?
What's up?
Horizontal one for the top.
Yeah. And you can put your own picture easily in this. Just, you know. The way you add your own pictures, you just go, you know, you have your uploads. And if you wanted to use this picture, then you just go to edit photo, and then you can remove background. Boom, there I am. You just got to get rid of her somehow. But that's how you add photos and stuff. Not that I'd add that picture, but you guys get the point. Oh yeah, that's how you. Yeah, this one kind of sucks because you can't remove her. But any other questions, guys? No? All right. Cool.
Good call though.
Thanks. I appreciate that. So thanks for tuning in, guys. Chuck, I'll see you, I think, tomorrow or Wednesday, and I'll give you a lot more clarity on what you need to focus on. And yeah, thanks for tuning in. I'll see you guys tomorrow's with Coach Kate at 7 p.m. Eastern.
All right. Have a good night.
All right,
This is
peace, guys.
awesome.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate that.
Thanks,
Cheers.
Eric.
Peace.